Welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. Previously on this game, our little orange robot and I built a self-suspending ring of conveyor belts around an entire planet. In fact, we built several of them. We then proceeded to cover the entire planet in foundation, resulting in this beautiful, smooth, grey, featureless ball. Truly a disaster on an unimaginable scale. Now here's the problem. All of that foundation cost iron. All of our iron. This is the vast expanse of the void known as outer space. We are fast approaching Sirius 1, a gorgeous lava planet blotched in a little bit of grey. You see, Swally and I have not only been destroying the first planet, but we have also been destroying other planets. And luckily, this planet has iron. It is simply a case of coming over here, stocking our inventory, planning a route back to Sirius 3, and launching back into the reach of space. And upon our return to our featureless concrete ball, with only a brief respite to recharge ourselves, we then need to search for an input on our iron loop and insert the retrieved iron. And repeat this process over and over, which is both boring and repetitive. And while this consumes iron at a decent rate, unless we can keep a consistent amount flowing in, the remaining iron coming around the belt is pretty pitiful. Swally here is a busy robot, and these planets won't foundation themselves. Luckily, there exists a technology called interstellar logistics system. Now this technology improves on a previously existing one, and it allows our space elevators to transport materials between planets. Really, it should be called interplanetary logistics systems, but I'm assuming it works between planets in different solar systems too. Now, to understand how this technology works, we need the Space Stone, the Reality Stone, and the Mind Stone. We can produce Reality Stones at a pretty alarming rate, and we have more Space Stones than the Timekeepers have more paperweights. Unfortunately, we cannot just turn back time and pull the Mind Stone out of a synthezoid's head. To produce Mind Stones, we need diamond and titanium crystals. Diamonds are fairly easy to come by, we just need to process graphite, of which we have plenty. Titanium crystals, however, require both organic crystals and titanium. Clues in the name. Organic crystals, not too much of a problem, just some basic oil processing. But titanium only comes from titanium, and this planet has as much titanium as it has iron ore. Introducing Sirius 4, a planet with 14.5 million titanium ore resources. And that just makes Sirius 4 a planet which we should cover in foundations. And cover it we have, at least it's a little bit patchy right now. Sirius 4 also had an abundance of soil, which I desperately needed to finish off covering Sirius 3. And would you look at that, a 1.6 million titanium vein. Now of course we have to prepare the area properly, and with the foundation situation being as dire as it is, that will have to do for now. Of course, we have also brought along some basic resources, so let's set up a small wind farm. Okay, titanium vein, prepare to be plundered. I think that will cover it. And we'll just run some conveyor belts up towards this latitude. To keep up with our titanium production, we will need a bank of arc furnaces. Don't you just hate it when you leave your power distributors on another planet? Uh-oh. That's not good. Hang on, I'm coming around. Perfect landing. Ah, the beautiful sight on the horizon of planetary destruction. Well, I was concerned that 20 of these furnaces would not be able to keep up with one of the smelters. It would seem as though I can probably attach 3 lines to this. Actually our bottleneck might be the conveyor belts themselves. We're definitely going to have to upgrade our conveyor belt situation in the near future. Let us fill our inventory up with what titanium we have produced so far. We should have plenty enough to start our research on interplanetary transport. Incoming at 1,000 meters per second. Nailed it. And naturally, we're gonna need somewhere to put our titanium on Sirius 3 here. This storage tank is in our way. Well, I guess we're gonna spill a whole bunch of oil. Oh boy. Well, if that's not an environmental disaster, I don't know what is. But we can't let something as trivial as oil spills slow us down. We have important work to be doing. To continue on our path of interplanetary transport, we need to construct ourselves some chemical plants. I have already built a factory to take care of that business. It is missing some steel and some circuit boards, namely because of the lack of iron, which we're trying to solve. Luckily, I have some circuits on hand, so I'll throw some in, but unfortunately, I still need some more steel. But I do also have some iron on me right now, so if I can find the steel manufacturing plant, which should be right down here, I can introduce it to some iron and start generating some more steel automatically. Excellent, we are now producing some steel. About half of it should be going towards our new factory. Some of it's going to go to foundation, but it's foundation. We need foundations anyway, so why not? We should head on down to the Tropic of Storage and take a look at our most recent addition here. Excellent, we got 1 chemical plant. This is the area I've laid out for our new chemical plant. That is going to take coal and oil, and in 3 seconds that will poop out 1 plastic. And once the entire thing receives power, we now have plastic being pumped onto our resource belt. Fantastic plastic. And just a little east of our plastic production facility, let us set up an organic crystal production facility. For that, we are going to need plastic, oil, and lastly, water. That might be a problem. However, if I recall correctly, I left a small access hatch in the concrete for this very reason. Do you see it? Right there on the horizon? The only spot of water left in this world. The true majesty of nature on show and available for all. Okay, let's stick a ruddy great pump in it. Excellent, we're going to put the pump right there and proceed to circumnavigate it around the entire globe, as is tradition. Well, there we go, we have ourselves a water supply now. And here we are, let's make a quick break in the water line. Insert this. Devs, if you're watching, it'd be really nice to be able to just put these on top. And there we are, brown, beige, and blue, ready to start building us organic crystals. For that, though, we are going to need another chemical plant. Let's see if we have made any progress. I'm guessing by this beautiful stack of empty containers, that's probably a no. What are you missing? Steel. That's a problem. New plan. Let's throw some iron into our arc smelter here. That'll eventually filter through somewhere, hopefully, probably. Right over there. That's steel. It really seems like it's a long way away, though. Oh well, that's nothing a little ingenuity can't fix. Come on, steel. And just like that. Back over at the organic crystal production area, we are going to line up our 3 paths and make organic crystals. 10 a minute. That's not great, but it'll do for now. We're going to make another belt coming out of the organic crystal storage, and we are going to add a pull-off for our titanium, and in an assembler here, we will start producing titanium crystals. Now, our science production facility is just on the horizon over there. We need to take these titanium crystals directly to that. So we're going to do something a little cheeky here. We're going to bring a belt underneath the main bus, and we're going to bring that up on this side, destroying anything that gets in our way, or in some cases navigating directly over the top of it. And we'll get the titanium connected over here. And finally, we need to bring a line off of our coal. That will come out here and go directly into an arc smelter, which will start turning that into diamonds. And you know what they say about diamonds and titanium crystals. Science can be produced. And with that, we can bring our science full circle and get it inside of these. Unfortunately, before we start researching the interstellar logistics system, we do need to research high-strength titanium alloy. Not a problem. We should be able to get there eventually. So, I built one. It's really, really big, and it sucks power like the pandemic has sucked the fun out of everything. So we've upped our power supply. I also built a second one. It's literally been days. Now, while the one on Dathomir here doesn't have enough power, power load 500%, it should be okay to actually start working. So if we bring our mined iron ore up to the space elevator here, we should see this start to stock with iron ore. It is set as a remote supply. Our home planet is set as a remote demand for iron ore. So if we take our spaceship and insert it here, once the supply reaches 200, that spaceship, I believe, takes off. Oh, there it is. Hang on, I wonder if I can catch it. Iron ore right there. We should be able to blast past it before it reaches Sirius 3. Unfortunately, I found no way to slow down in sail mode. Unless we smash into a planet. There it is. Nice. Oh god, planet! Dodge. There it goes. That should have landed on the North Pole. Oh, there it goes. It's going back. Goodbye! And now we have 200 iron stored within our logistics system. Now, if we build a conveyor belt coming out of here, we can press tab to filter it to just that number 1 slot, which is iron ore. And we're going to bring that down for processing. Currently, we want to process iron ore into iron ingots and magnets in about equal measure. We're going to add all of the 4 furnaces I have on me right now. Build out a couple more belts and connect everything with movers. This side can produce some magnets, while this side can produce ingots, and the whole assembly can steal some power from the pole. Fantastic! The first time iron has been produced automatically on this planet in a very long time. And there we have it, a resupply mission to the belt that would make even Marco and Naro happy. We are now moving supplies between Sirius 1 and Sirius 3 at an alarming rate. Coincidentally, Sirius 1 is about its closest distance right now to Sirius 3. Only 0.24 astronomical units. It's quite pretty to watch all the ships coming and going. We got 4. I believe we have 4 in the circuit right now. We have a maximum of 20 with these 2 stations, 10 each. But you can see them departing from Sirius 1. Disappearing into the haze. Can't see them through the atmosphere. And then screeching over the horizon. That's why I love playing games like this. It's just so beautiful to watch sometimes. Our logistics fleet grows ever stronger. And so too does the belt. Ever wider with more and more crap. And all of this here is all iron imported from Sirius 1 as quickly as I can. Ships and ships at a time. Sirius 1, however, at this time is getting a little crowded. We have 3 full belts of iron going in. Ideally, I need a couple more, but with the amount of stuff going in here, we only have 2 available slots left for belt input. So we're going to need to improve our belts or increase the number of these. Or perhaps just pillage another planet for its parts. There they go, taking iron back to Sirius 3. It's a pretty big distance for them to travel, but probably worth it. I love that you can see the logistics vessels in the distance between the other 2 planets. This game, man, is so beautiful. Well, I think it's fair to say our logistics system has been set up, and that means there remains just one thing left to do. 2 more perfectly smooth grey planets, each one being mined of their resources, loaded into transport shuttles, and sent across the sky. Now I do need to gather a few more resources, especially on the northern face of this planet, but our ring is looking satisfyingly saturated at this point. And with that solar system destroyed, I suppose all that is left is to expand into the rest of the local star system. Before that, however, we do have some science we need to obtain. That will wait for next time. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It's not like it didn't take me a long time at all. Subscribe for more, but for now, I should probably go see my family. I think they miss me. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.